Welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos here. Today we're talking Giallo box sets, but not from Vinegar Syndrome. This is an Arrow box set. This is essentially Giallo Essentials Volume 3. What makes this different from the first two volumes is that all three movies in this box are new to Arrow. We're going to discuss these movies today. Are they essential Giallo? Are they Giallo films? That is subjective, of course, but I'm going to give you my take on this box set and whether I think it's worth your time.
Hail to the king, baby.
Hello, motherfucker.
Full disclosure, I'm not the biggest Giallo fan. I thought I was, but I was basing it off of stuff like Dario Argento, Fulci, you know, the landmark Martino, you know, the landmark filmmakers. After diving into the Forgotten Gialli from Vinegar Syndrome, I discovered that I maybe liked two of them from the entire 4-series box set, and I don't even remember what they are. I don't remember their names. They literally, I watch it and it pops out of my head because it just almost like my brain's like, who gives a shit? This is unimportant. Take that knowledge with you and take this review with a grain of salt when I give you my reviews for these movies. If you're a Giallo diehard, if you will watch anything Italian that has a boob and a knife, then I think you'll be alright getting this box set. But if you have more discerning tastes and you are more careful with what you buy, because this is like a $70 box set right here, then listen up, pup, because I'm going to give you the lowdown. I'm going to give you my opinion and why I think the term Giallo Essentials does not really apply here. Let's remove this slip. Ooh, look what happened there. Oh my god, it's just a hole. Yep, just a hole. This is a very kind of flimsy paper sleeve. The back has a little bit of artwork on that, but it's not like a nice hard case or anything. The hard case is here. This is from the film The Killer Reserved 9 Seats, which, well, I'll get to. It's the last one I'm going to talk about. But this actually does happen in the movie. They're naked in the movie, so the little bikini tops are obviously like almost look like they're sharpied in. I'm guessing that's original artwork. I don't know. The back of the box is just text and special features info, which I'll break down for you as well. Let's kick off with the first movie I watched here, which is the first one listed, and that is Smile Before Death. Smile Before Death runs 1 hour and 28 minutes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This was a pretty dull-ass movie and has no thriller elements for a substantial portion of its running time. It's the story of a young girl who returns to her home after her mother has mysteriously committed suicide, only to find her stepfather and her mother's best friend shacking up. Her mother's best friend happens to be Rosalba Neri, so the movie gets an instant 5 stars. I'm kidding, of course, because not even she could save this movie. Now, most of the movie is Rosalba Neri, who plays a photographer, taking pictures of the young girl, and thankfully, she's naked more often than not. Not Rosalba Neri, unfortunately, but the young girl. And when I mean young girl, I don't mean like 5-year-old. I mean she's like 20s, in her early 20s. Anyway, the main issue with this movie is that I just wish this Giallo thriller would actually be a thrilling Giallo. I honestly can't even call it a Giallo, to be fair. It's not until 50 minutes into the movie that we get any thriller elements, and I don't think anybody will be surprised by what we see, which is played out like some kind of giant reveal. The last 20 minutes of this boring movie will have you either reeling from its ridiculous plot contrivances, or have you fighting off sleep to stay awake while trying to make sense of it all, or trying to make yourself give a shit. This one is absolutely crushingly boring and offers nothing but a little bit of skin. I swear to God, there must have been 50 photography montages, and no, none of it is exciting or titillating. It's just fucking padding. Like I said, I wouldn't call this a Gialli at all. Now, there is a twist towards the end, which I won't spoil here, and while it is interesting, it left no impact on me because I was already so bored and I just didn't care at all. But yes, the plot could have worked if we just had been given a little bit more than photography montages. Special features wise, you get a brand new audio commentary here by friends of the channel, Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson. Then you get a brand new video interview with Stefano Amadio, who is the son of the director Silvio Amadio. Then, lastly, never before seen extended nude scenes not used in the final film. So if you felt like you needed some more nudity, they got you covered. This movie right here is about one death. It's not a big murder mystery movie. It doesn't have the Giallo elements that you, at least that I personally wanted, that I craved to see. And that's a big damn shame. It is really just photography montages. I mean, the director just really wanted to get that girl naked. And, I get it. I don't blame him. But at the same time, fuck him, because I wanted a real movie. It just doesn't feel like a real movie to me. It's so slow. So slow. Like, halfway through, like, come on. Is there not a movie? Did you not have a plot in mind? Apparently not. Let me show you this inside before we continue and I give you my rating on this one. It comes with a booklet. And you also get a reversible slip, which is kind of plain artwork there. I do prefer the new artwork, but it'll fill out. Well, whatever. I'll put it back later. I do prefer the new artwork, but at the same time, I'm never gonna watch the movie again, so it doesn't really matter. Here's the booklet. Typical booklet, beautiful, beautifully bound, beautifully put together. I mean, Aaron knows how to goddamn do some booklets. Really great stuff. I believe it is... Yes, it's one essay by Rachel Nesbitt, who's done a ton of these before. It's called The Artifice of Image. Sure. Maybe you could wax poetic about this movie, but I just honestly feel it's piss poor. And piss poor Gialli get 1 star. That's right, 1 star for Smile Before Death. Only one death. Technically, I mean, well, it's complicated, but yeah, 1 star for this movie, which was not a very auspicious way to kick off the box set. Speaking of which, let's continue with the second movie, which happens to be this one with the super awkward title, The Weapon, The Hour, and The Motive. This one was a longie. As a matter of fact, the last 2 on the box set are long films, which is kind of not always a good thing, especially when you talk about Gialli films. If I see a long running time, I'm like, oh, motherfuck, they're gonna pad the shit out of this one. And I was right. I was 100% right, as I frequently am, regardless of what you've heard. The Weapon, The Hour, The Motive runs 1 hour and 43 minutes. There's a lot going on here with too many characters, but I'm going to spare you the bulk of all that for the sake of brevity. A young priest who's having an affair with 2 women is found murdered, and an investigation begins. Then Inspector Boito is brought onto the case to solve the murder, and what follows are interminable dialogue scenes that personally drove me to the brink of madness in regards to boredom. This is the most uninteresting procedural I've ever seen, and as far as Giallos go, it's ridiculously light on kills. There's a great slash killing an hour into the movie. It's the first death on camera and only the second in the entire film. There is nudity, thankfully, but not even that helps to break up the long stretches of monotony that this movie seems to bask in. This was a bloated, uninteresting movie that lacked energy and a satisfying pace. I will say the last 20 minutes of the movie are fantastic and offer up some really compelling stuff when a local orphan boy becomes more integral to the plot. I wish the movie had that cat and mouse intensity throughout, but that first hour and 20 minutes of dullness really did the finale no favors. Combine the fact that there are only 3 kills in the movie, with only 1 of them on screen, and the fact that the killer is so obvious that it adds to the boredom of the picture because there really is no mystery, and you have a lame-ass excuse for a Giallo. Special features for this release include a brand new audio commentary by author and critic Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, and she always seems to do the boring movies, so I should have checked the special features. That would have given me a heads up that this was not going to be one for me. Then you get a brand new video interview with actor Salvatore Puntillo, as well as an image gallery, and if you want it, front and end titles for the lost English language dub. Slightly better than the first one, but only slightly. This longer movie features a sexy priest who gets killed. Who killed the sexy priest? What's happening? It's so fucking obvious who did it that it's at this point you kind of just check out. It's one of those movies where there's a whole bunch of characters in the beginning, and then a new character is introduced, and then that person runs with the story, and now we're with this Inspector Boito the whole time. Then we get scene after scene after scene of interrogation, and just, there's no tension, there's no suspense, it's just all boredom. Gosh, so boring. So boring. I would say this is definitely more of a Giallo than the other one was, but even then, it still felt more like a police procedure, almost a police detective, I would call it. Along those lines, even though there's sort of slasher killings going on and things like that. But yeah, 3 freaking kills, and only 1 is on camera. What the hell? It's frustrating. Which is why I'm only going to give it 2 stars. That's right, 2 stars for this film. It's not terrible, but it's just poor, and it completely let me down. I'm going to show you the inside here. You do get a reversible slip as well. With the original artwork is boring too, boring along with the movie. Yeah, not a fan of those posters. But you get another booklet here. I don't know if it's Rachel Nesbitt again, but we'll see. Lovely stuff. Again, just well put together material here. I mean, they know how to appeal to a certain bunch of people. This is from Barry Forshaw. You get Illuminating the Obscure. Big old essay from Barry, all about this movie, for better or worse. Speaking of better or worse, let's talk about our last movie, The Killer Reserved 9 Seats. The Killer Reserved 9 Seats runs 1 hour and 43 minutes. A group of high-class friends head to an abandoned theater inside some kind of ritzy mansion in the middle of nowhere for an after-hours party, only to find themselves trapped by a seemingly supernatural killer who wants them all dead. This one, thankfully, hits the ground running for the most part. After a 20-minute chunk introducing the characters, the slashing begins, and it becomes a 10 Little Indian scenario as the body count grows. I wouldn't really call this one a Giallo because it goes in a direction that you wouldn't expect. I won't spoil it here, but for the remainder of the runtime, the characters are wandering around the mansion looking for a way out, as they're being stalked by a mysterious figure who could potentially be one of them, or someone who followed them to the mansion. The film does slow down a little bit, but it always remains tense, and it always keeps its head in the game when it comes to delivering the thriller goods. There's a little bit of blood and there's a little bit of nudity, so it checks all the boxes. Would I call it an essential Giallo? Not at all, but it's a worthy watch. Special features-wise, you get a brand new audio commentary by author and critic Kat Ellinger. You get a video interview with actor Howard Ross. Then you get a video interview with screenwriter Biagio Proietti. And I think that's how you pronounce it, but if I'm wrong, I apologize. We have a winner chicken dinner for this Essential Giallos box set. This was the best one. Not great, not the best thing ever, not super amazing, suspense, action, spectacular, blood-filled boob attack kind of movie.
What? No!
No, and it won't give you boobatoid arthritis either, but it's the better movie in the box set. Let me show you the package before I give you my star review. Here's the disc. You get another booklet in here, which is nice. You get a booklet for each movie. That's a pretty sweet little special feature. You get a reversible there, which is similar to the artwork on the box. I think I'm going to stick with, well, I don't know if this is new artwork. I guess it's new. Newish, I suppose. I'm going to stick with that. The booklet over here, let me see, I can't tell which side is up. It all looks crazy. Oh, there's a cool little hand thing. It's obviously a fake hand, but it's cool in the movie. This is an essay by Peter Gilmstad. It's new to me. I haven't heard the name. Peter Gilmstad. And then there were 9, the Gothic stylings of Giuseppe Benatti. I believe that's the director's name. Again, just another beautiful, there's not boobies, right? No. Beautiful booklet. Is that boobies? No. Okay. Beautiful booklet with writing and pictures galore. Some really great stuff. I'm just gonna make sure there's no potential boobage in here. Little lovemaking action going on. It's basically couples hooking up in a kind of a mansion that also has like a little playhouse inside of it, and then there's mysterious killer. But like, the reason I wouldn't go with Giallo is because well, I won't say it because I don't want to spoil it, but it's definitely not exactly what you think it is, and that's what I liked about it. I liked that it went in a different direction. Again, I wouldn't call it essential, but I think it's worth a watch. I honestly do, and I'm going to give it 3 stars. That's right, 3 stars. The killer reserved 9 seats. It's not gonna blow your ass back to Kansas, but maybe it'll get you halfway there.
What the f?
Completely waste of time in all regards, in my humble opinion. If you disagree, perfectly fine. I hope you like this. Honestly, I really hope you like this, especially if you like Giallos. I hope this is something you really treasure and enjoy. Just for me, it did not work. And regardless of what the movie is, whatever genre it is, giant animal movie, western, drama, and regardless whether you're a fan of those movies or not, if the movie works, the movie works. You know, if you like it, you like it. It doesn't matter if you're, oh, I really hate westerns, but then you watch Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, you're like, holy shit, this is a masterpiece. That happened with Mistress Cass. She didn't like westerns. She watched that. That's her favorite western of all time. So it doesn't really matter where you fall in the pantheon of genres. If the movie works, it works. That's the defense that I'm sticking with when it comes to this movie, and to anybody leaving comments saying, oh, well, you don't like Giallos, that's why you didn't get into it. Hey, man, if the movie's a movie, and the movie works, it doesn't matter what the movie is about or where it lands in the pantheon of genres. Does this belong on your shelf? I'm going to say no. Yes, it's called Giallo Essentials, but I think these movies are fairly forgettable, and even the one I liked, I'm never going to watch again. So no, I don't think it's essential, and I don't think you necessarily need to have it. However, if you're interested on getting your hands on this box, then drop me an email. I'll see what I can do for you. It's hot as hell in the Chaos Cave today, and I'm drinking coffee. I don't know why that is. So I'm going to bid you adieu so I can go take my clothes off and lay in a bathtub of ice. My friend, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little box set Sunday look at the Giallo Essentials Volume 3. Well, you know, maybe there'll be another one. I'm pretty sure they will. I'm sure there's a ton of forgotten Gialli out there that are just junk, and they're trying to unload with a nice box. I know, I'm being cynical, but that's just what it feels like to me right now. My friend, remember, you are important to this world. You are special. You matter. Go out and do something special today for yourself, for somebody else. Remember to hang in there. Okay? Remember, it's tough. Life isn't easy, but it's going to get better. Hang in there for me. Wherever you are in your life, remember, I'm on your side. I'm pushing for you. This is your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos, signing off for now.